Ladies and gentlemen, today we find ourselves in a world filled with challenges, difficulties, and obstacles that often seem overwhelming. Each day we are confronted with problems that try to rob us of our peace, joy, and strength. It's easy to become consumed by the magnitude of what we are facing, to feel as though the world is against us and that we have no way out. However, there is one thing we must remember. Our problems are not the ultimate force in our lives. The ultimate force is the power of God that resides within us. The key to overcoming every challenge we face lies not in focusing on the problem, but in recognizing the power that is within us, the power that comes from the Creator. The Creator is constant, unchanging, and ever-present. His power is limitless, and it is through this power that we were formed, shaped, and designed for greatness. When we align ourselves with this divine power, when we recognize that it is the source of our strength, we find that no problem is too great to handle. So often we allow our circumstances to define us. We look at the size of our problems and begin to believe that they are bigger than we are. We allow the difficulties in our lives to become our focus, and in doing so, we magnify them. The problem becomes the center of our attention, and the more we focus on it, the more overwhelming it becomes. We begin to lose sight of the truth that the Creator, the source of all power, is on our side. When we shift our focus from the problem to the source of our strength, we begin to see things from a different perspective. Think about it for a moment. The power of God is the same power that created the universe, the same power that brought light out of darkness, that parted the Red Sea, that healed the sick and raised the dead. This is the power that resides within you. You are not weak. You are not helpless. You are not powerless. You have been endowed with a divine strength that transcends anything you will ever face. When you begin to recognize this power, you start to see your problems for what they truly are, opportunities for that power to manifest. You were created to overcome, not to be overcome. The power within you is greater than the sum of your problems. The challenges that seem so daunting are nothing more than stepping stones for the divine power within you to demonstrate its ability to overcome all things. But in order for this power to be activated, you must stop focusing on the size of the obstacle and start focusing on the size of the power within you. The more we connect with this divine power, the less we allow the problems in our lives to control us. We begin to see that our struggles are not the end of the story, but the beginning of a testimony of God's greatness. The power within us is not just a passive force. It is active, alive, and waiting to be used. It is through our connection to the Creator that we can tap into this strength and see it manifest in our daily lives. The truth is that problems will come and go. Life will present challenges, some bigger than others. But the power of God remains unchanging. The more we recognize this and focus on the power that is available to us, the less we will be overwhelmed by our circumstances. It is not that the problems go away, but that we see them in their proper context. We stop magnifying the issue and start magnifying the Creator. We stop looking at the mountain and start looking at the one who made the mountain, who has the power to move it. When we shift our focus, the problem begins to shrink and the power of God becomes our reality. There is a power within you that is greater than anything you face. It is not a power that you need to go looking for or hope to find someday. It is already inside of you. You were created with this divine strength, this unshakable power, and it is available to you at all times. The key is to recognize it, to focus on it, and to connect with it. The more you do, the more you will experience the victory that is already yours. When you focus on the power of God, you will realize that no problem can stand against it. You will understand that every obstacle is an opportunity to demonstrate the greatness of the power within you. You were not created to be defeated. You were created to rise above, to soar, and to walk in victory. The power of the Creator is your source, your strength, and your victory. So today, let us make a choice. Let us choose to focus not on the problems that surround us, but on the power that is within us. Let us choose to recognize the greatness of the Creator and connect with the divine strength that will carry us through every challenge we face. When we do this, We will no longer be overwhelmed by the circumstances of life. Instead, we will walk in the power, victory, and purpose that were always intended for us. When we look at the challenges in our lives, it's easy to feel like we're just victims of our circumstances. Life often seems to unfold in ways we don't expect or want, and we can feel as though we are simply at the mercy of the situations around us. The weight of our difficulties can make us feel small, insignificant, or powerless. But the truth is, we are not victims of circumstance. We were never meant to live in a state of helplessness or defeat. Within each of us is a divine purpose, a unique design that equips us to overcome anything we face. There is a power within you that is greater than any obstacle, any difficulty, or any challenge that may come your way. This power is not something we need to search for outside of ourselves. It is embedded in our very being, placed there by the Creator, and it is the source of everything we need to succeed. The problem is that too often we forget about this power. We become so consumed by the obstacles in front of us that we fail to recognize the strength that lies within. We look at the difficulties, the setbacks, the challenges, and we allow them to define us. But when we shift our focus from the problem to the power that has been placed inside of us, we begin to tap into a limitless source of strength, wisdom, and guidance that will always be there for us. This power that resides within you is not just a fleeting strength or temporary ability. It is a constant, unwavering force that can never be diminished or taken away. It is a divine resource that never runs out, no matter how many challenges you face or how many times you feel knocked down. The Creator has equipped you with everything you need to succeed in life, and that includes the inner strength and power to rise above your circumstances. When we recognize this power, when we connect with it and allow it to guide us, something incredible happens. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable start to shrink. We begin to realize that we are not bound by the circumstances around us. The power within us is greater than anything we could face externally. It becomes our fuel, our motivation, and our source of wisdom as we navigate through life. But recognizing this power is not enough. We must choose to focus on it, to believe in it, and to activate it. The power within you does not just operate on its own. It requires your participation. You must believe in the strength that has been placed inside of you and choose to trust that it is enough. When you do this, you unlock a source of power that will not only sustain you, but will propel you forward into greater things. This power is not just for the big challenges either. It's there in the everyday moments, in the small decisions, in the quiet struggles. It is not something reserved for extraordinary situations. It is meant to be a part of your everyday life. The power within you is the same power that gives you the courage to get up every morning, the strength to continue even when things aren't going your way, and the wisdom to navigate life's uncertainties. It is a constant companion, ready to guide you and empower you at every step. When we start to focus on the power within, we stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance. Instead, we see ourselves as people who have been equipped with the ability to transform those circumstances. The situations we face are not there to defeat us. They are there to reveal the strength, purpose, and power that lie within us. Every challenge is an opportunity for us to connect more deeply with the power that has been placed inside of us and to see it manifest in ways we may never have imagined. The more we focus on this divine power, the more we begin to realize just how limitless it is. There are no boundaries to what this power can do. It can heal, restore, create, and transform. It is not limited by time, space, or situation. It can take what seems impossible and make it possible. It can take what seems broken and make it whole. And most importantly, it can take someone who feels weak and make them strong. So, I encourage you today to shift your focus. Stop looking at your problems and start looking inward. Recognize the divine power that has been placed within you. Tap into it, trust it, and allow it to guide and empower you. The power within you is not just for surviving life. It is for thriving. It is for overcoming, for achieving, and for fulfilling the purpose you were created to fulfill. There is nothing in this world that can stand in the way of the power that has been placed inside of you. All you have to do is recognize it, activate it, and allow it to lead you to victory. In life, we often encounter problems that seem too big to handle. The weight of our difficulties can feel crushing, and at times it may seem like there's no way out. The problem becomes the focal point, and it grows larger with every moment we allow it to dominate our thoughts. We start to believe that the challenge is insurmountable, that we are powerless against it, and that it will ultimately defeat us. But what if the problem isn't as big as we think it is? What if, instead of focusing on the challenge itself, we shift our perspective and focus on the power that is within us? Problems in and of themselves are not always as big as we perceive them to be. What makes them seem larger than life is when we allow them to take center stage in our minds and hearts. When we allow a problem to consume us, to dominate our thoughts, we give it power. We start to magnify it. And in doing so, we start to believe that it is greater than we are. But we have been equipped with a divine strength that is greater than any challenge we could ever face. When we choose to focus on the power of God within us, our perspective changes. Instead of seeing the problem as an overwhelming force, we begin to see it for what it truly is, an opportunity. The obstacles we face are not there to defeat us. They are there to give us the chance to demonstrate the greatness of the power that lives within us. When we shift our focus from the problem to the power, we see that there is no challenge that can stand against the divine strength that has been placed inside of us. We begin to realize that every difficulty is an opportunity for the greatness of God's power to be revealed. This shift in perspective does not mean that the problem will disappear, nor does it mean that the challenge will become easy. It means that we stop allowing the problem to control us. When we focus on the power of God, we start to see ourselves as overcomers, not victims. We recognize that no matter how difficult the situation may seem, we are equipped with the strength to rise above it. The more we focus on this truth, the smaller the problem becomes in comparison to the greatness of the power that is within us. There is something incredibly empowering about shifting our focus in this way. When we stop looking at the problem through the lens of fear and frustration, and instead look at it through the lens of faith and power, our mindset changes. We no longer see ourselves as helpless in the face of adversity. We see ourselves as vessels for God's power to move through. We begin to see the challenge not as an obstacle to overcome, but as a chance to demonstrate the victory that is already ours through the power of God. The Bible tells us that with God, all things are possible. This is not just a nice phrase or a comforting thought. It is a powerful truth that, when applied, has the ability to transform our perspective on every challenge we face. No matter how large the problem appears, it is never bigger than the power of God. When we choose to focus on this power, we begin to see that the problem is already defeated. We begin to recognize that the Creator of the universe, the one who holds everything in His hands, is with us, empowering us to overcome every obstacle. When you shift your perspective from the problem to the power, you will start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Every difficulty becomes a chance to see God's greatness in action. Every trial becomes a testimony waiting to be written. The challenge is no longer a burden, but a platform for the power of God to be revealed. The greater the obstacle, the greater the opportunity for the power within you to shine. This shift in perspective does not only change the way we approach problems, it changes the way we live. We begin to walk with confidence, knowing that no matter what comes our way, we have the power to overcome it. We stop shrinking back in fear and start stepping forward in faith. We stop seeing ourselves as victims of our circumstances and start seeing ourselves as victors, equipped with a divine power that cannot be stopped. When you begin to focus on the power of God, your perspective on every situation will shift. You will no longer see problems as insurmountable barriers. You will see them as opportunities to show the world the greatness of the power that lives within you. The more you align yourself with this truth, the more you will experience the victory and transformation that comes from walking in the power of God. Your perspective will change, and with it your ability to conquer every challenge will be revealed. The power within you is greater than any problem, and when you choose to focus on that power, there is no challenge that can stand in your way. Every challenge you face in life is not just a random obstacle. It is a test of your purpose and your potential. When life presents you with difficulties, it is not just a matter of getting through them. It's a matter of seeing how they align with the greater purpose you are called to fulfill. The challenges we face are not designed to break us, but to strengthen us, to refine us, and to help us realize the fullness of who we are and what we are capable of accomplishing. Your life has a purpose, a divine purpose that has been carefully crafted by the Creator. This purpose is not something that you have to search for. It is embedded in your very being, waiting for you to discover it. The power to fulfill your purpose is already inside of you. The greater your purpose, the greater the power that is available to you. God does not give you a purpose and then leave you to figure out how to accomplish it on your own. He equips you with everything you need to fulfill the destiny He has placed in your heart. The power to overcome every obstacle, to rise above every challenge, and to fulfill the calling on your life is already within you. But in order to tap into this power, you must first recognize and embrace your purpose. When you embrace your purpose, you shift your focus from the problems in your life to the greater vision God has for you. Your purpose becomes the driving force behind everything you do. It becomes the lens through which you view every situation, every challenge, and every obstacle. Instead of seeing the challenge as something that stands in your way, you begin to see it as part of the process of fulfilling your purpose. Every difficulty becomes a stepping stone that leads you closer to the fulfillment of the divine destiny that has been ordained for you. One of the greatest distractions in life is getting caught up in the noise and chaos around us. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, pulling our attention in a million different directions, and leading us to focus on things that are not aligned with our purpose. The distractions of life can be loud and overwhelming, but we must learn to filter them out and keep our eyes on the greater picture. When you focus on your purpose, you understand that the things that try to derail you are not as significant as the divine calling on your life. The challenges may seem big, but your purpose is bigger. The difficulties may seem overwhelming, but your potential is greater. The distractions may try to pull you off course, but your purpose will keep you anchored. Embracing your purpose means recognizing that you are not here by accident. You were created with intentionality and with a divine plan in mind. Your life has meaning, and every step you take is part of that plan. The greater the purpose, the greater the power that is available to you. The strength to overcome obstacles, to endure hardships, and to remain steadfast in your journey comes from the understanding that your purpose is greater than any challenge you will ever face. When you truly embrace your purpose, you begin to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow and mature. Each obstacle becomes a chance to develop the character, strength, and resilience needed to fulfill your calling. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every failure, a stepping stone, and every struggle are part of the process that leads to success. Your purpose is a powerful force that propels you forward, giving you the determination and tenacity to keep going, even when things get tough. The key is to stay focused. Life will present you with distractions, setbacks, and challenges, but your purpose must remain your focus. When you know your purpose and are committed to fulfilling it, you will find that the power to overcome is already within you. You do not have to search for strength elsewhere. It is already in you. The Creator has placed everything you need within you to fulfill your purpose and to overcome every obstacle that stands in your way. The power to succeed, to overcome, and to thrive is not in the external circumstances, but in the divine purpose that has been placed within you. Your purpose is not just a dream or a desire. It is a calling. It is the divine reason you were placed on this earth. The greater your purpose, the greater the power that is available to you. And when you embrace your purpose with passion and focus, you will find that you have access to an inexhaustible supply of strength, wisdom, and courage. You will rise above the challenges of life and step into the fullness of the destiny that was always meant for you. So, today, I encourage you to embrace your purpose. Don't let the distractions of life deter you from fulfilling what you are called to do. Understand that every challenge you face is simply a test of your purpose and potential. The power to overcome is already inside of you. Focus on fulfilling your divine purpose, and you will find that nothing is impossible. The Creator has equipped you with everything you need to succeed, and when you embrace your purpose, you will step into a life of fulfillment, power, and victory. Faith is not just a passive belief in God. It is an active force, a living power that has the ability to transform everything around us. It is the key that activates the divine power within you. When you truly understand this, you realize that faith is not merely about believing in God's existence or even His ability to do great things. Faith is about recognizing the power that God has placed within you, the power that allows you to overcome every obstacle, to move mountains, and to transform every circumstance. To have faith in the power of God is to believe that you are not just a passive participant in life. You are an active participant, empowered by the divine strength that resides within you. This faith connects you to that power, and through it, you are able to see the impossible made possible. Your faith is the bridge between your current reality and the destiny God has planned for you. It is the force that propels you forward, even in the face of difficulties and challenges. But this faith is not just about believing that God is powerful. It is about believing that the same power that created the universe resides within you, and that it is available to you to overcome whatever comes your way. Faith is the foundation of every victory. It is the starting point from which all transformation flows. When you have faith, you activate the power of God within you. You begin to tap into the limitless resource that has been placed inside of you, and you start to see the impossible become possible. Faith allows you to move beyond the limitations of your circumstances, to see beyond the challenges, and to look ahead with confidence, knowing that God is with you and that His power is greater than anything you could ever face. But it's important to understand that your faith does not work in isolation. It is not just about believing for the sake of believing. Faith requires focus. You can have all the faith in the world, but if your focus is on the wrong things, your faith will not yield the outcomes you desire. Your focus determines how your faith manifests. If you focus on the problem, your faith will be directed toward that problem, and it will seem insurmountable. But if you focus on the power of God and the strength within you, your faith moves mountains, and nothing can stand in your way. The power of God within you is always active, always available, but it is your faith that unlocks it. When you choose to believe that God has equipped you with everything you need to succeed, and when you choose to focus on His power, you begin to see His strength at work in your life. Your faith becomes the catalyst for transformation. It is not just about hoping for a better future. It is about knowing that through the power of God within you, you have the ability to create that future, to overcome the obstacles, and to achieve your purpose. Faith is not just a passive belief. It is an active force that requires your involvement. It requires you to speak with conviction, to act in accordance with what you believe, and to trust that God will honor your faith. The more you focus on His power, the more your faith grows, and the more you begin to see the power of God manifested in your life. This is the key to overcoming every circumstance. When your focus is on the power of God and your faith is rooted in that power, nothing can stand in your way. The Bible tells us that if we have faith as small as a mustard seed, we can move mountains. The size of your faith is not what matters. What matters is where your faith is directed. When your faith is directed toward the power of God within you, it becomes unstoppable. No challenge, no obstacle, no difficulty is too great for the power of God to overcome. But it is your focus that determines the outcome. When you focus on the greatness of God's power and believe that it is working within you, your faith becomes the driving force that moves mountains and transforms your life. Faith is the key to activating the divine power within you. It is not just about believing that God can do great things. It is about believing that you are equipped with the power to overcome, to succeed, and to fulfill your divine purpose. When you believe in the power of God within you And when your focus is on that power, you will see the impossible become possible. Your faith moves mountains, but it is your focus that determines the outcome. So let your focus be on the greatness of the power of God and watch as your faith transforms every circumstance in your life. Victory is not a distant hope or a far-off possibility for those who trust in the power of God. It is a certainty. No matter how impossible the situation may appear, no matter how insurmountable the obstacles may seem, you must know deep in your heart that victory is already secured. When you focus on the power of God within you, you are not merely trying to overcome your circumstances. You are drawing from a source of power that guarantees success. The victory has already been won. Your role is to stay focused and walk in it with unwavering confidence. The key to understanding this is shifting your mindset. Too often, we approach life's challenges with the mentality that we are fighting for victory, that we are hoping for a breakthrough, waiting for a change. But the truth is, we are not fighting for victory. We are fighting from victory. The victory was secured long before the challenge ever appeared. The power of God within you has already defeated every obstacle, every enemy, and every difficulty. What you are doing now is simply walking in the victory that is already yours. When you know that victory is certain, it changes the way you approach every situation. You don't approach challenges with fear or hesitation, wondering if you will succeed. You approach them with confidence, knowing that you're on the winning side. This mindset shifts your entire perspective. Instead of seeing the challenge as something that may defeat you, you begin to see it as an opportunity to demonstrate the power of God within you. The enemy has already been defeated. The only thing you need to do is stand firm in your faith and walk in the victory that has already been secured for you. Your focus plays a critical role in this process. When you focus on the power of God within you, you stop looking at the problem and start looking at the solution. Your focus fuels your determination. When you are focused on the fact that victory is already yours, your determination becomes unshakable. You don't give up when things get tough because you know the outcome has already been decided. Your determination is not based on the uncertainty of the situation. It is based on the certainty of the victory that has been promised to you. Determination is the force that drives you to keep moving forward, even when the road seems rough. When you are determined, you don't allow setbacks to stop you. You don't allow delays to deter you. You don't let obstacles stand in your way because you know that victory is already secured. Your focus on God's power fuels your determination, and your determination, in turn, brings forth the manifestation of that victory. The victory is not something you have to work for. It is something you walk in. The Creator has already given you everything you need to overcome. He has already equipped you with the power to succeed. The challenge is not about achieving victory. It is about recognizing and walking in the victory that has already been given to you. Victory is not in the future, it is now. When you shift your focus to God's power, you begin to see the victory already unfolding in your life. This is why your focus is so important. When your focus is on the power of God, you are focused on the truth that victory has already been won. You are focused on the strength that resides within you, and that strength is greater than anything you will ever face. The battles you encounter are already fixed in your favor because God has already gone before you. He has already paved the way for your success. The victory is certain, and your focus on that truth will fuel your perseverance and determination. You are not fighting from a place of uncertainty. You are fighting from a place of absolute victory. This is the confidence you can carry into every situation. No matter how tough it gets, you know that the outcome has already been decided. The challenges are merely opportunities for the power of God to be displayed. And the more you focus on this power, the more you will see that the victory is already yours. Victory is not something you are striving for, it is something you are walking in. The Creator has already given you the victory. Your focus on His power will fuel your determination, and your determination will manifest the results. You are not fighting to win, you are fighting because you have already won. The victory is certain, and it is only a matter of time before it is fully revealed. So stand firm, keep your focus on the power of God, and walk in the victory that is already yours. As we conclude this journey of understanding the power that resides within us, let us leave here today with a profound realization that we are not victims of our circumstances, but victors through the divine power that has been placed inside of us. The challenges we face, the obstacles we encounter, they are not the final word. The final word belongs to the Creator, who has already equipped us with everything we need to overcome, to rise above, and to fulfill the divine purpose for which we were created. Remember, your focus determines the outcome. When you focus on the power of God, you are not simply observing your problems from a distance. You are tapping into an unshakable strength that will carry you through every storm. Your faith activates that power, and with it, victory is not a possibility, it is a certainty. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory, standing in the confidence that every battle has already been won by the one who lives within you. So I urge you to shift your perspective, to focus not on the challenges, but on the power that lies within you. With this focus, nothing is impossible. The Creator has already spoken victory over your life, and with Him there is no obstacle that can stand in your way. Walk in that victory. Let it fuel your determination. Let it guide your every step. Know that victory is already yours, and when you focus on the power of God, you will see that all things are not only possible, but inevitable. The world is waiting for the manifestation of your greatness, the demonstration of the power that resides within you. Rise up, walk forward with confidence, and declare that no matter the circumstance, victory is certain. It is your inheritance, it is your destiny, and it is already done.